With both the King and the Princess of Wales currently undergoing treatment for cancer, who will be holding down the royal fort? It appears the King's sister Anne, the Princess Royal, and his sister-in-law Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, will be heavily relied upon, with two of the most senior royals out of action for the foreseeable future. The royal power duo will also be accompanying the Queen when she attends the Easter Sunday church service at St George's Chapel in Windsor. Joining us to discuss this, royal commentator Afua Hagan. Good to have you on board, Afua. I know you've been very busy talking about this all over the world, all over the weekend, since the sad news about the Princess of Wales' cancer diagnosis broke. So who are the frontline stand-ins, depping for Kate and for King Charles?
Well, definitely Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, and she's always known as the hardest working royal. Whenever you have those surveys at the end of the year of who does the most royal engagements, Princess Anne is always the clear winner. She's got 11 engagements this week. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh have 2 engagements this week. And then you have the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester that are kind of restricted to more local engagements. So it's certainly Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, leading the pack. Queen Camilla will do the Monday, Thursday service on Thursday, and that's a really important and quite emotional service just before Easter, just before Good Friday, and it involves the handing out of Monday money to pensioners. So that will happen on Thursday, and then we're looking at Easter Sunday. Now, King Charles is determined to be at church on Easter Sunday. If that goes ahead, it'll kind of be Easter Sunday light, I think it's being described, where probably less people, because he's trying not to be around too many people because of his cancer treatment. But if he doesn't make it, then it will be Queen Camilla and, of course, Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh and Princess Anne. So that's how this week particularly is panning out.
Yes, and certainly we wondered when we were broadcasting in a special show on Friday evening, just after Kate's announcement of her cancer diagnosis, what would happen in terms of Harry and Meghan, the Sussexes, acknowledging the diagnosis, reaching out to their sister-in-law, making any kind of public statement. And one of the things we found out since is that Harry and Meghan only found the news out when the rest of us did, at exactly the same time, 6 o'clock on Friday.
Or it's thought that they might have found out just beforehand, but they certainly weren't given any advanced warning, as in like a week or a couple of weeks. They were told just beforehand, and so the thinking was that they didn't want Harry and Meghan to say anything to anybody else. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have, but you're right in saying they found out around the same time that we all did. They released that statement through Harper's Bazaar on Friday evening, saying that they wished health and healing for the Princess of Wales and privacy for her to do that. But it's also thought that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have reached out to the Waleses privately also. We don't know what's being said in that communication, but I think that is a good sign that private communications are happening. Because at this time, I would say these brothers certainly need each other. They absolutely do. It's very difficult for Prince William. His father has cancer. His wife has cancer. He's thinking about 3 small children as well, how worried they must be. And so this is a time where siblings need each other. You know, families always have these kind of disagreements and fights. There's a lot of water under the bridge, but health is that great leveler, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure, because I think it is being said that the reason that the Sussexes weren't informed of Kate's diagnosis much before the rest of us, if indeed they were informed before the rest of us at all, is a pretty clear reason, and that is because Prince William does not trust his younger brother. Now, if you don't trust somebody and you're always worried that they may quickly put a few details about what you've just said to them in a documentary or in some kind of blog that they're making, or some radio show or something, it means you can't really allow yourself to have a relationship with them in case they betray you in all sorts of ways. You know, even if you even if they were to speak to you on the telephone or send you a card, they never know whether you might utilize it to make money, to sell a story, to turn it into a documentary fodder. So I wonder whether that will be the key impediment here.
I think it's clear that the trust between the brothers is non-existent at the moment. That's absolutely crystal clear. And you can see why Prince William would feel that way. The Sussexes excuse me, the Sussexes have said that, you know, the projects that they're working on going forward are going to be about different things than the royal family. So I don't think there will be any more documentaries or any more books concerning discussions in the royal family, their time in the royal family, what happened when they decided to step back as working royals. I think that's all been done and dusted. They've actually said that's all been done and dusted, and they're moving forward with other projects. So hopefully the projects they have going forward won't need to even have these kind of discussions in them. But both sides need to build trust. Absolutely, I agree with you on that one.
Talking about relationships, though, there does seem to be a very, very special relationship that is being forged even more deeply and ever more strongly since Kate's diagnosis, and that is the relationship between Catherine and her father-in-law, the King, which really does seem to be a relationship of real mutual respect and very deep love and regard, particularly obviously consolidated by the fact that they're both suffering from cancer at the same time, or they both had a cancer diagnosis.
Absolutely, but what an unfortunate thing for them to have to bond over. But we did get some details over the weekend that there was an emotional lunch in Windsor just before Kate's announcement. Of course, we had that statement from King Charles III saying how proud he was of the Princess of Wales for coming out with that statement and talking about what she's going through. And also we had details about the time spent where they were both at the London clinic and them toddling up and down the hallways to see each other. So I think it's great that they've got this relationship. You know, each other knows what the other one is going through. And support is absolutely vital at this time. You know, at the end of Kate's statement, she talked about anyone else that's going through this, you know, have hope, keep the faith in, you're not alone. And she's definitely found someone that she can confide in, that she can lean on, and who knows what she's going through. The King has found that as well. And that's really, really important for both of them in their recovery.
Thank you, Afua, very much indeed. Always good to see you.